Torah tells us in this week's Parsha about the various rewards that are going to come to the Jewish people if Eikev tishme'un, if we listen to the words of Hashem, if we do that, which are the mitzvos that Hashem wants, then we'll be blessed with certain blessings. But there's one pasuk that stands out, and it's hard to understand how the beginning and the end of the pasuk connect. The Torah tells us, "V'heisir Hashem mimcha kol choli," that Hashem will remove from us all sickness, v'chol madvei mitzrayim harim asher yadata, and any of the difficulties, any of the afflictions that existed in Egypt that you knew about. Lo yisimam bach, I will not place them. Hashem says, I will not place them on you. Unesanam b'chol sonecha, and I will place them on your enemies. And the beginning of the pasuk we understand. We understand that one of the brachos is that machala, that sickness, that tragedy is going to disappear. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I will take it away, and that which took place in Mitzrayim I won't bring back again. But why is the conclusion? It almost seems like the conclusion is necessary. Is that it must be, and I'm going to take it and put it on your enemies. It's a separate point. It might be significant, but it's not exactly the same thing. Why is the Torah connecting the 2 points? So Rav Druk explains in his Sefer a beautiful yesod, and he suggests that the idea is an idea in the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has chosen to run the world. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes a gezerah, when he makes a decree, when he decides that something is going to happen, it needs to come true. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is chosamo emes. La'olam Hashem devar chanitza v'shamayim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's words are true. And therefore when a gezerah comes forth, that gezerah, that decree has to come about. The chiddush of this bracha is that it can end up manifesting itself in a variety of different ways. And if we merit, then instead of being the targets of the gezerah can shift and instead go on to somebody else. So there is a connection. It is going to be that if we merit that it disappears from us, then it will land, its new landing place is going to be on the Sonei Yisrael. And he suggests that maybe that's part of the language that we're going to Mirz Hashem recite shortly soon when we get to the Yamim Noraim. Useshuvo tfilo tzedakah, right? Repentance and davening and doing tzedakah. Ma'avir in esroa gezerah, remove the evil decree. It's interesting. It doesn't say mevatla. It doesn't say that it's going to nullify it. It doesn't say mekarin. It doesn't say that it's going to tear it up. But it says ma'avir, and it's going to pass it on. And that seems to be one of the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is that when we have the opportunity to do tshuva and to come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu passes that gezerah, he's ma'avir the gezerah to somebody else. Yes, there are times that we daven that the gezerah should be torn up completely. Avinu malkeinu kira, but there also it's roa gizar dinenu, right? It doesn't say tear up the gezerah, but tear up the harshness of the gezerah. And when the overall yesod, the idea that we see is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has different ways in which he can relate to us, and the severity and the way that it's going to meet itself out practically is really all in our hands, and that is tremendously empowering. And that's what the Pasukim are telling us, is that we have the ability, Vayo Eikev Tishmun, if we listen to the mitzvos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then yes, we may have a gezerah that's there, we may have done things wrong in the path, but part of the path of the opportunity of tshuva is to be ma'avir the gezerah, is to tone down the gezerah. And yes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu might have said that certain things are going to happen, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't say things for no reason. But we have the opportunity, unesanam b'chol sonecha, they can be channeled in a different way. But it really is up to us. We're in the driver's seat. We have the ability to inspire ourselves, to inspire those around us, to use the time. We're getting closer and closer to Elul, the end of the summer months now, to prepare ourselves, that hopefully we show HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we are not looking. We're looking for a new path. We're not looking to continue on the way that we were, but we want to be ma'avir. We want to pass the gezerah on, and that our enemies should not succeed, but we should have the ability to come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu.